Hey there guys, what's up? It's your buddy mikeyperion here, and I hope you're having a great day because we are gonna have some awesome day here in the tazzcraft server. So first thing, check out our shader that I have installed in our game. It looks pretty neat and pretty awesome. It's called the Chocopic shader. I know it's not the best shader out there, but for the meantime it works very fine for me because currently my spec is not that good for optimized gameplay, especially with shaders, and I'm just trying this out. So for the meantime I'm gonna stick to this, maybe at least for this episode, and from time to time I'm still gonna search and test out a couple of shaders that I can use. Well, if you guys got some suggested shaders that we could use in the game, please comment it down. Well, of course I'm gonna try it out and test it out if it will work very well for us. Of course, I'm totally new about this shader stuff. Absolutely, I have no knowledge about it. Well, of course, you have to search for the best that will work pretty well for us. Of course, that's the goal. And secondly, well, for the meantime, I'm just gathering some of this red terracotta, and later on we are also going to gather some packed ice because for today's episode we are going to work on our racetrack underneath the city inside a platform. Well, if you guys are reading the comments in our videos, well, Tasman wanted to have the racetrack that I was jokingly mentioned in one of our episodes. Well, I think that was the time when I built the platform. Well, that of course, well, I guess it's also nice for us to have that racetrack in there. At least we got some gaming going on, we got some racing, and we can also organize a tournament with other players. Of course, that will be totally exciting, right? But anyways, of course, well, I think that's it for now. I actually got a lot of things to discuss with you guys for this episode. Well, of course, most likely there's gonna be a lot of talking for now because there's a lot of changes coming up. Of course, well, for the meantime, I'm just gonna cut this. Well, I'll be back later after I've gathered enough of this red terracotta. But anyways, I'll be back. And so we have gathered a shulker of this red terracotta, and I hope this will be enough for our racetrack project. Well, now it's time to go to the nearby iceberg biome in order to gather some packed ice and as well as some blue ice. And so, well, like I said, I'm gonna discuss with you guys some of the stuff that I need to discuss with you in this initial problem. But anyways, so I'm gonna try to fly decently first because, yeah, this needs a lot of concentration. Then there you go. But anyway, so first thing is that I'm gonna extend our episodes for tazzcraft. So this is not yet the season finale for our tazzcraft series. So for the reason that Minecraft 1.14 is not yet being released anytime soon, and looking upon the updates in the snapshots, that's kind of weird though. What happened though? But anyway, so maybe this is yeah, I guess this is a good spot to mine these packed ice, and I can also see some blue ice. So well, let's just mine over here. But anyway, so continuing. So well, I guess Mojang still need to do a lot of stuff in their updates for Minecraft 1.14. So probably we cannot still start our game in iCraft because we are also waiting for the release of Minecraft 1.14. And as a matter of fact, upon checking the Minecraft wiki, well, it states that the release will be sometime in 2019, which it is used to be early 2019. Well, by knowing that, we still got 9 months more to go for 2019, so we don't have any idea when it will be released, right? So maybe some of you guys are also disappointed about it, but I'm telling you, man, we feel the same, totally. But anyway, so Luke from iCraft also said that we can actually start our Minecraft 1.14 season at least when the snapshots are at least stable to play with. Well, apparently we also have no idea when it's gonna be. So for the meantime, hang on there guys, so no worries. Well, we still got a lot of exciting stuff that we can do here in the tazzcraft. So probably gonna record our season finale when we already have a definite schedule when we are going to start playing in the iCraft server. Well, that's for the first part. And secondly, well, like I said, we are going to have a lot of changes in our videos. You will see that evidently from time to time in our future episodes. So at least by the time when we started our new series, everything is well established and polished. So these changes may include, like I said, these shaders, like I mentioned earlier. And another one, I'm also gonna do some live streams. So probably I'm gonna start some testing soon, at least for the technical aspect of it. Well, I'm not gonna stream in Twitch anymore, so I'm gonna do it here in YouTube. So we are going to do some live stream here in YouTube. So most likely, probably it will be midweek next week. I'm gonna do a live test run. So probably, of course, you can also watch me on that. Well, there's not gonna be much of activities, but I'm just gonna do some random stuff. So at least we can see what are the things that will work well and what are not, right? And lastly, if we are gonna be successful on the live stream, I might be consider doing it more often. So the plan is that the tentative plan is that at least we can do a live stream at most 4 days a week and probably some edited videos or some sort of like a recap, maybe twice or once a week. So, well, everything is still tentative, so we'll see about that. But anyway, so tell me guys in the comment section below, what do you think of our plans? Are you excited about the things that gonna happen in our channel, or just meh, whatever? Well, please write your comments down below and I'll get through them as soon as possible. But anyway, so, well, I'm just gonna finish this and let's get to work. And so far, here's the damage in this place, and we already have able to gather at least, actually at most 2 shulkers of this packed ice and at least a stack of these blue ice, because I think we still got some of this stuff at home when Astro and I did the nether tunnel. So let's pack up and let's go back to our base. So, well, the plan is for this episode, of course, you are going to build our racetrack. Let me concentrate first, and yeah, well, that went smoothly. Thank God. But anyway, so we are going to use red terracotta for our railings or the guards on the side, and on the track itself, it will be mostly packed ice and some sea lanterns on the side to light it up, so there will be no mobs spawning in our tracks. And as well as the racetrack itself, it's not gonna be like a speed run. There will be a lot of obstacles on it, and there will be a number of track designs, some downhills, some uphills, and we'll also gonna have some lifts, despite that we have a very limited height inside the platform. And there will also be like parts that will make you slow and make you fast. And I also basically I wanted to make it a little challenging racetrack, and not only just going around the circles, but of course we always wanted to make it more exciting, and pacing is very important for this one. And as well as we have to consider the space, because we're basically indoors, right? So, well, of course, we are going to see that about later, and I hope it will turn out good, right? So we're passing by here in the nether tunnel because I wanted to show you guys on how our shader will look like on different areas, especially this nether tunnel. It looks totally different, right? I mean, it used to be greeny, but now it's kind of reddish, which is I actually totally like, because this is what I really imagine, because I want to add some more mysticity in this place, which is looking pretty good, right? I mean, I love the shaders, what the shaders have done here. Especially, it really makes sense to what we have planned originally for this place, right? But anyway, so here's how it looks like in our base of operations. Well, it looks pretty neat. Well, it is used to be dark sometimes, but most of the time we get this brightness inside this base of operations, especially under the water. Well, this looks pretty amazing, right? Now we can already see the bridges on the top, and as well as the platform, which, well, it looks pretty amazing, right? I mean, looking on above, it really emphasizes on what we have done in the platform. Well, especially, well, I'm totally in love with this place, except for this part right over here. It's totally dark, though, except for the ceiling. And yes, so, well, still look amazing, right? And by the way, Wintry and I also have done this sorting system for this Guardian farm, because he's also actually using this. So, well, He helped me to build this sorting system, and this aquarium is totally dark now. But anyway, so it doesn't matter anyway. Well, yeah, so far this looks good. This looks pretty awesome, even more awesome than before, right? But of course, tell me guys if you also like our new shaders, especially with our new setup here. I mean, not new setup, new look in our base, of course. But so far, I like it, and as well as on our part of the city right over here. Well, of course, I already have posted a snapshot. I mean, a screenshot of this during nighttime, but this is how it looks like on the daytime. Well, it looks pretty awesome, right? I feel like we're in a GTA game, Grand Theft Auto, which is looking really amazing, right? It looks more realistic for me now, which is way better than before. Well, it doesn't look like Minecraft anymore, right? Well, so far I'm so happy. I'm so happy about the shaders, but of course we're also gonna try out some other shaders, but we'll see about that. And that's actually a wrong way we should be on this one, on this elevator right over here. So of course we are going to start our building session. Of course, this is the place where we are going to work on. So we are going to place a racetrack in this massive space right over here. Of course, you have to utilize this space, and better much, of course, we are going to turn this into like, I don't know, amusement park, not that carnivalish things. But anyway, so well, let's get started. So already did some planning around, and I think it will fit if we're going to make a track that will go around twice. So I guess we have the luxury of space for this platform. So first thing, well, we are going to build a starting point on this area right over here. Well, of course, you have to make it a little wide compared to the other tracks that we are going to build. Of course, this is where we are going to have our starting point. So pretty much it will be as wide as this. So I guess this will turn out good, right? So well, of course, you are going to make this somehow with the use of blue eyes and maybe some cylinder. So let's grab some blue eyes. Where is it now? I forgot to get my blue eyes in the chest down below in our base of operations. But anyway, so let me try to do this design and I'll be back. I make use some of these cylinders on our starting point because the blue ice makes the boat unstable at stop actually. So now we are going to make a downhill track going to this direction, and we are going to prepare this track for an uplift boost on that part right over there on that side. Somehow it will get a little narrower compared to what we have here in the starting point. And placing some guards on the sides just to keep us intact in our tracks. So well, so far here's how it looks like. So this is our very first track that we have made. So well, looking pretty nice, right? But I hope, well, totally, to be honest, I'm not totally good in racing, especially with this boat on ice. So let's place the boat right over here and let's test this out. So well, yeah, I'm totally out of control doing this racing thing. But anyway, so well, oh, hello there, Mr. Polar Bear. So well, I guess it's smooth enough, I think. And I guess we have right spacing. So now, well, I'm gonna make like a uplift boost on this area right over here. So probably we are going to use some salt sand and some water in order to push the boat up, and let's do it. And so far, we have made the structural part of this uplift boost. So later on, we are going to change these dirt blocks into salt sand, and we are also going to fill this with some water sources. So basically, on this part, of course, we don't need to make this temporary dirt. So well, let's fill this place with water source blocks, and I'll be back. Of course, we're also using sea kelps in order to convert everything inside this tank with water sources. So of course, after this, we are going to change these dirt blocks into salt sand. And of course, after this, we have to test this out, right? And let's test this out. And fingers crossed, I hope we will not die on this one. I know we're gonna experience some head bumps over this lift. So, well, that's close enough, but I guess it's fine. Well, I think that if whenever we'll get a head bump on that, it will not be a total damage, right? But anyways, so well, this is how it looks like on the side. Well, it looks pretty nice, right? I mean, I like how this appeared, but of course, we also need to extend this going to that direction. And anyways, let's do it. So basically, I already have extended the track going to the back side, and yes, let's do this test run again. I'm totally bad of driving this boat, and yes, so I made this track right over here narrower because I wanted to, on this part, the players to be like, bumping with each other, and there you go. So well, it's not the smoothest ride, but anyway, so I guess it's fine. So on this area right over here, we are going to try to make something like a helix going down over here. So basically, it's like a spiral track going down. So well, instead of using packed ice, we are going to use water on this one. Well, just to have some diversity on the track, right? Well, I guess it sounds a good plan. Since we are going to use water on this part of this track, we need to make the guards one block higher because, of course, the first part is, the lower block is going to be part of the water, and on the upper part is, of course, the actual guard. But instead of using the red terracotta, I've used these glass blocks. At least somehow it will look nice, right? So now, well, it's time to fill this with water, and yes, after this we are also going to try it. But anyways, let's see how this will turn out. And the water is in place, so well, this is something like a water slide, right? So let's test this out, and yes, so far it's not the smoothest ride, not the smoothest water slide that you will ever slide on, though. But yeah, I guess it's part of the challenge, right? So I also have done or extended this track right over here. It's just a narrow straight one, but of course, on this part right over here, we are going to have something different. But so far, well, this is fine, I guess. It's not the best track, but I guess it will work out well, especially on this part. We are going to make a wider track on this part, but of course we are going to add some spices on it, right? When I've said spices, I meant spikes because we have added some cacti on this track head over here. But of course, this is much wider compared to what we have earlier. So, well, this will basically dismantle you from the boat. Of course, it's part of the challenge. The technique on here is you have to be on the center part of this track in order for you to go faster. So basically, yes, so well, we also need to extend this up to this part right over here, and we are also going to put up ramp up going to the on the top part of the track right over there, because of course we have to overpass that, right? But anyway, so let me build this ramp up, and I'll be back. So technically, this wrap up is totally different of what we have done in the uplift boost. So basically, this is more gradual compared to what we have done earlier. And this is a little bit of a challenge because you have to climb it up. But well, I guess it still does the job because we need to overpass this track right over here. So well, I guess this is nice, right? But anyway, so we also need to extend this track, surpassing this track right over here. But anyways, let's do it. And so far, here's the curve on this part right over here. Technically, we are going to have something special on this side. So somehow this is gonna be like a cliff part where the boat should go on this direction. Well, if they fell on the cliff, they will actually suffer from slowness on this section right over here because we are going to use some salt sand on this part, on the bottom part right over here. Well, of course, it's gonna be a bit of a challenge. The players have to stay on that part, on the top part right over there. So well, I guess this is also a good addition in our racetrack, right? So we totally ran out of red terracotta, so that's why we're back here in the mesobiome to gather some more. But anyways, so well, right after this, we're gonna resume building. Oh well, procrastination is live. I actually passed by the iceberg biome and grabbed this polar bear from there because I thought of our polar bear right over here is he's pretty alone, so that's why I brought a companion right over here for him, right? But yes, I hope I won't hit this polar bear. And there you go. But anyway, so well, I promise you guys I'm gonna resume building. So now we have extended the track, and I also have made a ramp up on this part right over here because we have to be on this side because this helix right over here consume a lot of space, so definitely we have to use the remaining parts on this side. So well, the next plan is we are going to have something like a sharp turn on this part right over here because well, somehow I guess it's a good idea. At least we got some diversity in terms of our track, which most of the time we have done that. So basically, we are going to extend this track up to here. So we are going to have 2 sharp turns on this section right over here. So well, I guess it sounds a good plan. And anyways, let's do it. And so the sharp turn is done. Well, we actually have done 2 sharp turns. So basically, they have to go here and then make a right turn and again a steep left turn because this is quite angled on this section right over here. So well, the next thing is we are going to build another ramp up on this section over here. Well, after this, you are going to make like a very long fast ramp and finishing the race on our starting point right over there. So basically, well, we're almost done. We're almost done. So we have to make a ramp up over here and then a fast lane using blue ice that we have gathered. So basically, well, that's the last section that we are going to have for this racetrack, and we're almost done. And we have finally completed our racetrack. So at least for the final section of this racetrack, we are going to have something like a fast lane using this blue ice, and of course it's gonna be a very challenging for us. But anyway, so let's test this track fully, and of course I'm gonna do this in the form of a montage, and let's go. And we have finally reached the finish line, so I guess it's a very good racetrack, and I think we have done a very great job for this one, for this episode. But anyway, so this is the only time that I got for this episode, so thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment, please leave a like, and make sure to subscribe. This has been Mikey Perion, and I'll see you guys next time.